Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Casting Blossoms to the Sky, a Japanese drama from 2012 that was directed by Nobuhiko Obayashi. Endo Reiko is a journalist visiting Naga-oka to comment on the aftermath of the earthquake that occurred on March 11th, 2011. From local residents, Endo learns about the city's fireworks traditions and how the region was destroyed during the war. During the visit, she is approached by her former boyfriend, Kenichi, who tries to convince her to become the star of a play that takes place in the city during World War II. So this movie is pretty different, alright? Pretty different. It covers a variety of stories and topics. You got like bombing strategies during World War II, fireworks creation, student theatrical productions like stage plays, the 2011 real-life earthquake tsunami that occurred, the local history of Naga-oka, etc. Alright, so it's particularly interesting to hear the details of the war, and they really go into detail, as well as the military bombing physics and tactics. It really is like a dense history lesson. That's what this movie is, which, on its surface sounds like a pretty boring experience to some people, but it's communicated through fast-paced dialogue between some oddly upbeat characters, especially early on. The tone of this film overall is pretty upbeat and energetic, especially during the opening section and then the final section, which is rather surprising considering the serious topics at hand here. But when you think about it, and this is what makes this film quite good, is that it's a great way to keep the viewer interested in what's happening and what's being communicated. Now, during the middle section of the film, kind of like the first half of the middle section, we follow our main protagonist as she goes on kind of more of a calming, somber personal journey while learning more about the war. And there are some good scenes of emotion and nostalgia during that section. There's also a lot of focus on the people of Naga-oka and their family links to the war. And then we get the setup of the theatrical production, the stage play they're building and setting up, as well as the fireworks celebration. And the scenes related to the stage play are peppered throughout the entire second half of the film. They're pretty interesting. There is a lot of narration and voiceovers in this movie, but it's consistently used throughout by multiple characters, so it makes it feel like an essential part of the storytelling structure. So I kind of liked it. So if you're familiar with Nobuhiko Obayashi's other works, like House from 1977, it will not surprise you that Casting Blossoms to the Sky is a visually striking film. Very nice use of color. Even something as simple as capturing the clouds in the sky, it really pops out during the daytime scenes in this, especially early on. Some of the special effects are completely insane. For example, probably my favorite effect in the movie is during the stage play scenes. It's almost like they cut out props that look like fire, but in post-production of the film, they put them on the stage, and then in post-production, they used computer-generated effects to show actual fire within the cutout of the space that they cut out and put on the stage. It's so bizarre, I can't even accurately describe it, but it's really neat and unique, and it's probably my favorite effect of the film. Camera work in this is very fluid, the editing is creative, lots of swipes, and even some step framing is used at times. And as an added bonus, a variety of Japanese locales are showcased and beautifully captured. And this is actually quite an effective travelogue of Japan. If you want to see some different parts of Japan, this is a good movie to watch for that. You get some unicycling scenes that are really cool, and the wacky firebomb reenactments are likely the most memorable sequences, and they include those crazy effects I mentioned. I mean, it's so hard to encapsulate this movie because there's so much going on and so much information that's packed in it. But I would describe it as kind of a charming experience. If I had to describe this one movie, it would be charming. Now, the runtime is 2 hours and 40 minutes, which, again, could be a little bit of a problem for some people. It's like, Erik, you're recommending a history lesson film that's 2 hours and 40 minutes long? Yes, because the presentation is so good and the content is so densely packed in it, it almost doesn't matter that it's 2 hours and 40 minutes long. But I will say this. You can feel the length at some points in the movie. So remember, it's a history lesson film. It's 2 hours and 40 minutes long, so just be a little prepared for that. Again, Obayashi's films are like so different from everyone else's. It's like he was truly like a visionary director, and he had his own style. So if you want something very unique and different, Casting Blossoms to the Sky is a good choice for you. This is a cool flick. I mean, you're not going to see stuff like this, many other places or very often. It's currently available on Region B Blu-ray in the Nobuhiko Obayashi Anti-War Trilogy set from Arrow Video. And as always, we'll see you next time.